Good morning and welcome to the last day of the year. 9/13 and right down to the last day. It's the same day as every other day. Oh, a slight gap up. Some stocks will pull back. Some stocks will go higher. Some stocks will do nothing. There'll be a few stocks you never heard of up 200 or 300%. Be careful of those. Generally, they all go back down. So yesterday we had the what and the live. If you know anything about that live stock, get it, live stock. I don't mean to be that as a joke, but every 3 years it has a huge pop and then it goes back to obscurity. I'm sure that's what's going to happen, and I'm sure that's what's going to happen to a lot of these stocks. Now, the question is what goes on, but does it really matter? What 2017 represented to me was, looking back, you didn't have to trade. You didn't have to do much. You just had to hold the diamonds and the Qs and the SVXY like we spoke about. Now, the Dow looks like it's going to close about 200 or 300 points above where I thought we could close. I was looking for a 20% move in the market. I was thinking 24,638, which was documented on the Benzinga radio program. So what happens now? Don't know. I think we have 3 sell-offs next year. Somewhere in the first couple of weeks of January. I think then we rally February, March into the first couple of weeks of April where we have another sell-off, and then we have another sell-off unexpectedly at the end of June into July, which is the one that's going to scare people. And then August is going to be flat, and people are going to think that maybe the market's going to roll over again, and then we're going to rally September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June for the next 6 years. So there's my prediction for 2018. Already wrapped it into, I'm already looking for 2019. But again, really what it comes down to is the same things. We're going to look for stocks that are breaking down, stocks that are breaking out. More importantly, if you want to learn something, the room is for come and hang out. It's been a slow couple of weeks, but we've still managed to find what. That stock was incredible. We did pretty well on that, even after chasing it at 20 bucks. Really, it was $17.85 on a pullback that day, and then bought the $30 calls for 80 cents, 90 cents, $1, $1.25, $1.35, and some of these guys were banging out of it at $3, $4, $5, $6. Today is GCAP. I'm sure it'll be some other symbol that we've never heard of a couple of days later. And then it'll be back into biotech and then back into technology. And, the year could have been a lot better for me. Obviously, I took money out of the diamonds and the Qs to buy more Alibaba. And, that didn't really work out for me at the end there. If I knew it was going to pull back 20 points and sit around for the next month and a half, obviously I would have pulled the money out of Alibaba and poured it back into the diamonds and the Qs. Same thing with SQ. If I knew it was going to hit 50 and completely turn into one of the worst stocks I've seen in a long time, obviously I would have sold it all at 50. Still got some SQ, but I'm so hedged on this thing. So I'm already wrote calls for 2018, 2019, even on SQ, because I don't want to sell it, but it's just an awful stock right now. US Steel's been doing all right. Obviously VRX do well for us. We got the Twitter. We got these weed stocks. The 2 weed stocks that we own is TWMJF, very annoying to say, and also the ACBFF. Those have been pretty good for us. The pot turned out to be a nice run here at the end of the year as the merger gets approved. So we actually escaped pot with a profit. We still got some DDD back on the books at 950. But really, the swing trades is one thing. The investments are another thing. If you want to trade, get ready for earnings season. It's going to be a lot of fun because a lot of these companies are going to get their comeuppance. Some of them are going to break out. But I think now that we've rallied for a year straight, pretty much, or if you want to get technical, we've rallied for 8 years straight. I know your stock probably hasn't rallied for 8 years straight, but man, I can't wait to see what US Steel has to say now that it's into the 30s. Man, I can't wait to see what Twitter has to say now that it's at $24 and change. So there's a lot of... We're going to have to prove that these stocks belong where they belong. Now, we're going to have gaps. We're going to have rollovers. We're going to have breakouts. So come join us. It's free. We haven't been that active. We've been talking a lot of nonsense lately. As you can imagine, if you sit around talking about stocks all day, you will lose your mind. And again, day trading, eventually you will lose your mind also, especially in a bull market. Because, again, I've said this a million times. What you take a loss on, let's say you traded GCAP yesterday, right? And you bought it and it pulled back 30 cents and you had 3,000 shares and you wound up losing 900 bucks. Were you planning on holding 3,000 shares of some stock you don't know anything about overnight? And now it's gapped up 3 points. So your $900 loss that you took in 5 minutes yesterday would have been now a $10,000 profit. It's sickening, I know. And that's probably describing something that happened to at least one person out there. I'm sure one person did that trade verbatim and is looking at this thing up 3 points now. But again, you have to differentiate yourself between either you're a day trader and you're going to suffer those consequences, or swing trader, which you're taking on more risk, but sometimes you get rewarded with a 3-point gap up on a stock that you don't want to sell, or you're just an investor and you're buying the diamonds and the Qs and SPXY and hoping that we have another repeat of 2017 and 2018 where you don't have to worry about anything. No volatility, the market goes up 90% of the time. All right. This is the year to come and get to know me if you haven't got to know me yet. And again, if you go back to the videos, not only did I give you some good recommendations on the stock market, as I have over the last, 7-10 years, I even bought Ripple. Come on. I finally realized my folly in the whole analysis of Bitcoin and cybercurrency. It really comes down to the fact that why was I so hypercritical of a fake currency and poo-pooing it, where it dawned on me the entire stock market's fake, built on smoke and mirrors. So why wouldn't I embrace cryptocurrency as well? It took me a little bit longer to get into the party, but in its 70 and change, this Ripple's at $1.40. You're not supposed to double your money in any kind of an investment in 2 or 3 weeks, but fantastic. The only thing is, I'm not selling it, so it's a paper profit. Just like the Alibaba, it would have been great if I sold it all at 192. It would have been fantastic if I got out of the SQ. It would have been even better if I just would have loaded the boat like I had US Steel 8 months ago. Now I've got a little bit of it. And, again, it could have been a lot better, obviously. And this next year, we're going to be, trying to do the same thing, take the size up a little bit. Probably not going to I'm not going to expect the Dow to tack on 20% as easily as it did last year. And again, I'm waiting for 3 sell-offs. I have them all planned. I have them all plotted out where I think we're going to have some weakness in the market. But again, who cares? Earnings season's coming. We're going to play every stock specific, and we'll see what happens. So good luck. Happy New Year. I hope you had a fantastic Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and all those holidays that you celebrate. And I got to tell you something. I expect UVXY to actually have one run next year of at least 20%. I know, I'm going to say it. But when it goes to 5 and it pops to 7, that could be your one run. So, again, it's still the worst stock on the planet. I think eventually they're going to delist this thing. And we'll see where we go from here. All right, good luck. It's been nice talking to you. And if you guys want to come hang out, I usually leave the cameras on New Year's. And we talk stocks while we get progressively more belligerent. Belligerent. There you go. There you go.